Okay, I'm really excited to bring on our next guest, Rabbi Shlomo Stilerman, who is the founder and CEO of Yehudi. Now, I don't know, Jamie, how much you know about Yehudi, but Yehudi has literally, when I tell people about Yehudi, they've taken over the state of Florida. Literally every campus in Florida, young professionals, they have become the place for Jewish education. Like I said, with students on campuses, young professionals, inspiring thousands of students on a daily basis with their staff all over. And we're super excited that Rabbi Stilerman and Yehudi have joined the Aish Ha'am movement. So we're going to bring on now Rabbi Stilerman. Rabbi.
Hello, Rabbi Matthias Salomon together. A privilege and honor to be online with you guys. Thank you.
We are really excited for you to joining the campaign, but joining the show. Really, it's an honor for us. We have a few questions, and it's one of the things I was thinking about is like you are working literally hands-on, you and your staff. You have an amazing team, a large team. It's really amazing. In the Jewish outreach world, really, people don't know Yehudi is one of the largest, the most impactful, amazing organizations out there. And you are working with college students, you're working with young professionals. Over the last year, since October 7th, I'd love if you could just share a little bit of insight. Like, what changes have you seen? Have you seen things that are different with Jewish students that's going on? Tell us a little bit. Give us that insight.
I've been listening to you guys for quite a while now. I think we're at hour 24. But maybe the most true thing you said tonight is that, yes, Yehudi has an amazing team. And a shout out to all the Yehudi rabbis, rabbitons, educators, staff that are on the front line, on the campuses, doing incredible work each and every day. A real shout out to them. To answer your question about since October 7th, I want to share something that happened just a couple hours ago, less than 24 hours ago, right here at Yehudi, where I'm speaking from. There was an event here last night. The mayor of Miami Beach was here. All the commissioners were here. It was a city event. All the local synagogues and shuls were represented. And at the end of the event, there was a small Q&A. People of the community got to speak. And one of the Yehudi students stood up, and she spoke for just a few seconds. Her name is Ashley. She's actually on the slate as well, and I hope she's tuning in right now, listening to this. As Ashley was speaking, she started to get teary-eyed when she mentioned the word antisemitism. And she was speaking about the antisemitism on campus. She's coming from California. And coming from California to Florida, where the temperature is very different. The temperature of antisemitism on the campuses here in Florida are a whole different world. The room was quiet. People were looking at Ashley, and you could feel like a real truth. And shortly afterwards, I was talking to a boy named Zach. Similar story, coming from New York to Florida for a safe haven, for a place where anti-Semitism is a lot calmer. Such moving stories. And like today, we had the clips of them. I was passing them around, sharing them on WhatsApp. And it hit me this morning like a ton of bricks. What in the world happened? Refugees from California? From New York? Rabbi Matthias, Mizgel, I've been doing this for 20 years now, and I tell you, unfortunately, I've dealt many times with asylums and refugees, but they're from Iran, they're from Egypt, they're from Russia. Did it ever occur to me in my wildest dreams that we would be a refugee from California, from New York? Something has to be done. Something has to be done now. The world honestly went crazy after October 7th, and there's no more important time in Jewish history, in my Jewish history as a young person, than right now on campus. And I'm just privileged that Yehudi has that frontline responsibility to be on campus, to be in Tallahassee, Orlando, Tampa, and Gainesville, and South Florida, on all the campuses here, and to be able to give our students a place where they could have a safe haven, non-judgmental, where they could be proud to live Jewish lives. They could be proud to live inspired lives.
Well, any of us in the Jewish educational world, we know Yehudi's doing that, and you guys are really impacting so many people. It's amazing.
Rabbi Stilerman, it's crazy because here in Israel, we also have refugees from the north and the south, like hundreds of thousands of them. It's so crazy. I just met one yesterday, and he's like, him and his wife, they haven't been home for 14 months. And I'm like, refugees, our own Israeli refugees in our own country. And And you just said that what's so critical about the World Zionist Congress is it connects us. I didn't think about the refugees, as you just said them, from New York and LA. So this is like such an important time that we come together and that we raise awareness for these issues, and not just raise awareness, but have the resources to do something about it. Now, I have a two-part question for you because your boots on the ground and I want to know and understand more. Has this anti-Semitism been some sort of opportunity as part of this great Jewish awakening that we all know about? And also, what is your advice to help the students on campus with the anti-Semitism?
It's sad to call anti-Semitism an opportunity. Unfortunately, it is. My wife Adina, she refers to October 7th as Hashem, the Almighty's greatest kiruv event ever done, and it's sad that that's what it took. But since October 7th, Yehudi's events have doubled and tripled in some places. More people are realizing that they need just a Jewish club, something to be part of. When everyone's pointing them out and singling them out for being Jewish, everyone is singling them out for being Jewish, except for one person, themselves. They're not singling themselves out. And they're realizing, if everyone's looking at me like I'm Jewish, I better start being Jewish. And they start coming to places like Yehudi and places like Aish and Olami and Chabad and Hillel around America. And I think it's unfortunately, it has become an opportunity. And if there's advice, Mrs. Geller, care. It's to care. I think everyone has to start caring a little bit more, even a little bit. Even when you see one of these posts, to give it a little like, an emoji now on WhatsApp, to share something. When a lot of people start caring a little, it does a lot. It does a lot. And I think that's what this Aish Ha'am is doing. We're bringing together lots of people, the thousands of people, the tens of thousands of people. And that's what a vote is. A vote is caring. It's just saying, I care. And when elected officials, when the world sees that so many people care about these elected officials, about this movement, the world does something.
Wow. Beautiful. And that, I mean, it's an amazing segue into what I was just going to ask you. I mean, I think, Rabbi, we have 22 candidates from Yehudi on the Aish Ha'am slate. It's unbelievable. Staff from all of your different campuses, students who've joined. Tell us why. Why is Yehudi jumping into the World Zionist Congress election? Why specifically have you joined Aish Ha'am?
Leadership. Aish Ha'am has incredible leadership. Rabbi Yitzchak Berkowitz is incredible. He's a world leader. And when an organization has just tremendous shoulders to lean on, then the organization becomes tremendous. Not everyone knows about Rabbi Yitzchak Berkowitz. You think he has no time left just dealing with Aish, but somehow he manages to have his hands in so many different organizations. Many of the rabbis at Yehudi were trained by Rabbi Berkowitz and got their smichas at the Jerusalem Kollel. And here's a fun fact, but the Nasi of Yehudi is Rabbi Yitzchak Berkowitz. And he is the leadership over here. And we're proud to have such incredible leadership. With good leadership, there'll be a good organization. Another little thing that you might not know about Aish is the reason why I'm sitting in this chair here today is because of a phone call I got from Aish 20 years ago, quite a while ago. At the time, I wasn't in Jewish outreach. I wasn't kiruv. I wasn't, my background was in investments. I was an investment advisor, and we figured out how to live in Israel, have an American office. Things were going great. And I used to stop into the kotel every now and then and stop by Aish. Randomly, I was speaking to Rabbi Nehemiah Coopersmith. I gave him my number. I said, I'd love to give a class here one day. Maybe, I have smicha. I could give a class. And I kind of left it. Months later, I get a call late at night, and he says, Dr. Gerald Schroeder is going on a book tour tomorrow, and our presenter for Essentials just fell through. Could you take over? And I said, sure, no, I'm happy to. When is this? What week? What month? It's like, no, tomorrow. I'm like, tomorrow? Absolutely. He's like, you're ready? Yes, for sure. And I hung up the phone, and my wife was like, who's that? And I said, who's Dr. Gerald Schroeder? She's like, he's the greatest MIT physicist or something. He's a genius. I'm a boy from Brooklyn. Chaim Berlin. Like, I didn't know the first thing about it. So she said, well, you better stay up the whole night studying and learning and preparing. And that's what I did. I spent the whole night literally preparing for this class. And I came to Aish Essentials with bags under my eyes. I gave a class, and from there was history. I started teaching at Essentials, and Aish UK picked me up from there. And that's one thing led to another. Yehudi was founded. So here we are, full circle, from Aish back to Aish.
Absolutely full circle. And that is such, you sort of got there to the guts of what Aish is about, which is about taking responsibility when there is not someone else to take responsibility, to step up into that role and take responsibility. The Jewish people today, we can't just wait for the leaders. We can't just wait for the people with the big titles. Every Jew who sees a problem, who sees an issue, who sees an opportunity has to step up into that place to make a difference. And then you see where it can lead. You take on a little bit of responsibility, more responsibility, more responsibility. Rabbi Stilerman, it's our honor to have Yehudi as a partner. We are excited about the next number of months in this Aish Ha'am movement and election that we're going to work together. And what you're doing is amazing in Florida. And thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. I just want to do a quick shout out to my 4-year-old son whose birthday is tomorrow. And unfortunately, I'm going from here to the hospital where he is right now. Hope he has a refuah shalema. And if you're watching from the hospital, you're a warrior.
Refuah shalema. We're sending our love and regards to the Rebbitzin. Stay strong, Rabbi. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.